Back at it today. The players were in. Great to have them all back. Seems to be real good energy. Had a good lift conditioning period this morning to kind of get back at it, and then have had a few hours of meeting time to really continue to push ahead on Oakland, which we tried to really start last week and did start last week. And now we'll go inside and have a glorified walkthrough, no helmets or anything like that, and just to kind of gain an extra day, so to speak. So it'll be a walkthrough Wednesday, and then I'm calling it walkthrough Wednesday, Wednesday type, some of the things we're covering, and then Wednesday we'll come back and have a real Wednesday. So
why not have a full practice today?
Just through a lot of discussions with the coaches, decided that this is the way that we wanted to, that we thought would best serve us and our team. Really spend a strong mental day on the Oakland Raiders, and then then get more physical as we get into the week and kind of get back into our regular routine.
Last year you guys were, I think, 3-0 going into the bye, and you lost the next two coming out. I mean, looking back on that, are you satisfied you did everything okay? That it wasn't a how you handled the bye issue?
Well, I mean, that's hypothetical or not hypothetical. There's no real way to determine that. I mean, I felt like, what I do know is last year we came out of the bye and we went and we played a really good Indianapolis team, and I felt like we had multiple opportunities in that game. First of all, I thought we played very, very well in that game in a number of areas. So, again, I don't know that the bye week had something to do with that. I felt very good about the way we prepared. This year we treated a little differently for other reasons, and I felt, and I really feel it came at the right time for us this year, that this was the time. There may be another point we're hoping for another bye, but right now it came at the right time for the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think the guys, just judging by the workout we had this morning, they're feeling pretty good and excited to get this week going.
Why is it the right time for the bye?
Well, like I said, we had a number of guys that, this time really, I think, helped them physically get closer, to feeling pretty good physically.
Do you think you would have had a number of guys that you had a game yesterday that probably couldn't have played or might not have been able to play?
I don't know that for sure, but I do know that I've heard from a number of guys that the bye came at the right time, and as far as trying to feel a little better physically, we had a bunch of physical games, and there's, like I said, I feel I wouldn't trade it out. I wouldn't have pushed the bye to some other time if we were given that option.
You mentioned last week that the injuries kind of forced you guys, the coaching staff, to make some changes on the run, and that you were looking forward to last week to maybe catching up with yourself. Did you feel like you do that? Do you all have a better idea of the plan going forward?
Yeah, I really do. I feel we know a lot more about our team, which is normal. You have 5 games under your belt, and we were able to do a bunch of research and study internally. We were able to get ahead on Oakland, we feel like. We've got a big game coming up. We'll cover Oakland on Wednesday, but we did some very good research projects in some of those areas that I talked about last week, and some interesting things came to light.
For instance?
I won't get into those specifics.
Sitting around, and you mentioned you were going to actually get to sit and watch and maybe enjoy some football over the weekend. When you look at those games, are you allowed to take maybe a step back and get kind of a bigger picture of the league, of yourself, or just what did you maybe glean from over the weekend?
I don't know. I think it's always good. I think it is a good, for a number of reasons. The bye week's, I think, important, and, I feel like we gained a bunch out of it. We'll see how we do going forward, but at the same time, I do think that, just like you said, stepping back and watching some of the games, watch the way things play out, you know, I think is always a good thing, you know, for the guys especially because, you know, they don't always get to watch a whole bunch of football.
So the Lions 49ers game, if there's a handshake issue after the game, you've been in one before. What is it? Almost the handshake is a lot of times too immediate after to dial down emotions. Can you certainly understand Jim Schwartz and Jim Harbaugh?
I don't know. Now that we're on this week, I'm really just focused on us. Thought it was a heck of a game, though. I will say that I got to see some of that one.
Still nice to know you're not the only coach who can screw up a post-game handshake.
I don't know. You're saying I screwed it up, so.
I know you're going to cover Oakland Wednesday, but how does the potential quarterback change happen in how they run their offense?
Well, I think that obviously Jason Campbell is a really good player and has been playing at a very high level for them, and their team's playing at a high level. And like I said, we'll cover it more, you know, a little in detail on Wednesday in here. But you know, this is a big, strong, physical team on all sides of the ball that I think has continued to develop and improve here through my time here in Kansas City, and going out there to Oakland is always a great test. So we will have our work cut out for us any way you cut it.
Your running game, what did you accomplish through 5 games, and what's the next step for that part of your offense?
Well, you know, with the way that we played in Indy specifically, I think that kind of showed us that we were continuing to make progress. We felt like we were making progress in the run game and maybe just not seeing results. And we were able to see some of those results. We were able to get, you know, Jackie Battle was able to get in on the run game, which again was a great thing for us and him. And you know, we've, like I said, made some adjustments, and we felt like we were making progress. We were able to see some of those in results, and the key is that we've got to continue to be a running game that's improving, and I don't feel like we can take a step back in that area here as we go forward if we want to get to where we want to get to.
Same question for your passing game.
Making progress. You know, I think that we found out a bunch of things about ourselves, you know, and kind of some of the things that have worked well for us. There is a pattern that's developing, and you know, I just think in addition, I think we got a bunch of guys getting more and more comfortable within the system, and even just playing with each other, and I think that's helping us make progress, and we need to continue to improve in the pass game also.
Okay. Do you as far as Baldwin goes, will you guys have to do something specific, work something specific into the offense to kind of introduce him, or is he just another receiver and whatever happens, happens?
You know, I think anybody that's playing, we try to make sure that we're putting them in the best position to succeed, you know, or to play to the best of their abilities. That being said, you know, I think I don't think it's a cod lock that Jonathan will be active or not. Right now, I think we'll go through this week, and there's a lot of factors that will play into that decision, and we need to do what we feel like gives us the best chance to win this Sunday with the roster on game day, and you got to prepare that way. So, you know, we'll see how it plays out once we get going here.